take a chance and taste the wind. Open road and a road that's hidden. A brand new life up down the bend. There were times I lost a dream or two. Down the trail, and at the end was you. There's a path you take and a path not taken. The choice is up to you, my friend. Nights are long, but you're wide awake to a brand new life, brand new life, a brand new life around the
Hey, hey, hey.
Hello,
This is
JT Farva.
and Ray McGuff,
This is
True Stories.
We Just Made Up.
I am really excited to be here today.
I am also excited to be here today as well,
Yes.
Mr. McGuff.
We're going to try to do these more frequently.
Yeah.
Maybe once a month. The holidays are coming up, so we might have to
We do have to do a Christmas special.
Yeah, I definitely think this year we should do a Christmas special.
We should do a video Christmas special.
I
Or something
want-
special.
I want to, and then I want to do a gift exchange like we did
I would like that.
But I also want to go somewhere very public, and then so we can try to incorporate weird strangers into it too.
Like that one night we were at the bar. That was actually
Exactly.
just a rando guy that was probably high on drugs.
Yeah, so we'll. I'm thinking we'll get a couple of like Christmas hats.
Chuck E. Cheese, maybe?
Yeah, something crazy like that. Maybe it'd just be a Chili's bar. Like we'll just go to the bar at Chili's and set up a camera and order some appetizers and fucking do it.
Dude, people will probably laugh at us, but I like that.
Yeah,
I think that would be fun.
So look for that in the future, round when Jesus was born.
Is that what happens? I
Yeah.
just thought it was capitalism at its finest.
Well, what I actually did a little research into that because I'm trying to be more informed as a citizen and under Trump's America, like we do. That's a lot.
Trump's America.
Yeah, Trump's America. But no, seriously though, I'm pretty sure that the Judo-Christians just stole a pagan holiday. You know,
Hey.
as you will.
The history books are the history books.
Yeah, right?
Who cares if we're teaching lies? That's what history is.
History is for the winners,
Right?
all right?
Don't lose if you want
Yeah.
your story to be told.
That's right. If pagans were so great, why is there so goddamn none of them?
Well, there's some out there. They're the New Age pagans that don't
Yeah.
understand what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm a Wiccan.
Well-
I'm sorry for any Wiccans that are out there. Actually, don't cast a spell on our show. We really need the ratings.
What we need is for you Wiccans and you other pagans to rise up and give the Christians back tenfold what they did to other religions.
They used to do that back in Roman times. They used to put them in the Colosseum, just let lions attack them, tigers sometimes.
Oh, like the poor Christians. Oh, like they couldn't have just, stopped being so goddamn annoying.
Knocking at doors back then. Hey,
Yeah.
have you heard the word about the Messiah? He's right there.
Yeah, he's right over there. He's doing tricks.
Water into wine.
Right?
Water into wine, man.
It just goes to prove my theory that you can make people believe anything if they're starving and you agree to feed them and house them.
It's like David Blaine.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah,
Why do you think
you're some kind of sorcerer.
Why do you think cults are so popular? If you went up to a group of homeless people tomorrow and said, "Listen, I'm going to feed you 7 days a week and let you stay at my place rent free, but anything I say you have to do," most people would do it.
Right. Well, you can get guys in by saying there's going to be free sex, and you can get women in there saying there's going to be, hey, I'm going to have some cocaine.
And then later it leads to free sex.
Right. If the cocaine's a flowing.
Now, actually, I want to talk about a serious topic here for my first story, if I may.
Hey, please.
Or did you want to go?
This is a very serious show. We should definitely.
Let's roll this comedy back a bit, okay? I just want to get my thoughts out there about Harvey Weinstein. Hashtag me too. One time, I wrote a script,
Okay.
very good script, and I went to a hotel. I was invited. Thought we were going to be in the lobby. Get there, they say, "Mr. Weinstein, he would like to see you up in his room."
Okay.
So I take my script, I go up to his room, okay? I knock on his door. He answers. He's in a bathrobe. Now, mind you, I mean, he's a very powerful man, a very powerful figure. Most powerful men are in bathrobes usually, anyways. I mean, if you think
I
about
always picture him like Hugh Hefner.
Tony Soprano, Hugh Hefner.
With a pipe.
With
usually.
a pipe, yeah. The guy from Dennis the Menace, that was the dad. He's very powerful man.
Yeah.
I was going to say Mr. Brady, but he's not very powerful.
No, he's not a very powerful.
He died of AIDS.
Yeah. So did John Holmes.
Side note, John Holmes as well. Okay, so I'm in his hotel room. He invites me in. I give him the rundown on what I wrote, the script. He loves it. He says, listen, I'm going to do this script on one condition. And I say, what is the condition, sir? Because I'd love to do the script. And he says, you got to watch me take a shower. And I went, well, do I have to touch you or anything? He said, no. You just have to watch me in the shower.
He didn't even want you to play the rusty trombone?
No, he just said, watch him in the shower.
That sounds like
and what he did in the shower was up to him, but I had to watch. Side note, I'm a very famous scriptwriter now.
I know. I saw that you got the. I saw you got the credit on Transformers the last night. You did get that screen credit on Transformers.
Because I watched the shit out of that, and then I go to therapy every Sunday.
You like to eat Korean corn while he's in the show.
Yeah,
it's a very.
He did. He actually, it was weird that you say that because it was just regular corn, but then the shower water. Yeah, I think he had salt in his beard, so he was salting it. It was weird. He had two brushes going. One was like a, I don't know what you would call it. It looked like just a regular loofah, but like on a plunger handle. And he was just sticking it into his fat folds and singing, "Oh my darling,
Hey,
oh my darling, oh my darling."
People like weird stuff.
Yeah, hey, and you know what? When it was over, he did come.
Yeah, good for him. I like weird shit too. I like yogurt in my butt and a popsicle in my mouth. So, whatever gets you there.
And what makes me mad, Farva? This is the reason that I bring this up is that I'm supposed to just sit by and not pretend that it's uncomfortable for me that everybody all of a sudden was sexually harassed or assaulted. Yeah. Was everybody I know sexually assaulted? It seems to be. It seems that everyone is sexually assaulted. And if you were, that is terrible. That is a terrible thing. But what are you fucking doing to help other people by putting a hashtag on Facebook?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Just getting that.
You're trying to what? Make me aware of sexual harassment?
Yeah.
Or sexual assault? I've been aware of it my whole life. I've been told since I could walk to run away from strangers because they might fuck my butt. I mean, this isn't a new thing. Human beings are grotesque, awful things, and they will fuck whatever they can fuck. Okay?
Let's just say something. I get no credit.
Yeah. So all I'm saying is, like, if you really want to help a battered woman or a sexually abused woman, go to a shelter where they house women that have that situation and volunteer.
Yeah.
Maybe start a support group. Maybe start a support group in your local community. But don't you fucking come on my Facebook page and hashtag me too and put your story like you did something. Like I'm supposed to go, oh, bravo, how powerful.
But isn't Facebook that platform though? Like, isn't that what Facebook is? I just assumed, because I have quit Facebook, I assumed that Facebook was just about people saying, "Look at me! Look at me! Yay! Well, I have feelings and opinions about shit that everybody else doesn't care about. Look at my dog. He's wearing a bow tie."
I do the same thing when it comes to like my political views, like especially around election time. I go, "This is why I would vote for this guy," but I don't go every day and go, "Here's my new cause. Do you know it? Are you familiar?" Are you really making anyone aware of anything really in this day and age? You have information at your fingertips instantly. You're gonna tell me that if somebody didn't hear about the cleft palate group that's really being abused and wherever the fuck that it wasn't already on Facebook to begin with.
Right.
I mean, look, what women should not be objectified for our pleasure or entertainment. Unless they're in a strip club. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just saying, like, unless they voluntarily do so. Like, if they want that, then if they want to go, like, work in the sex industry or whatever, more power to them. But you shouldn't go into work and I fuck your boss. You shouldn't do it. But
She shouldn't have sent me those emojis in that email.
Right.
If you send me a sideways smiley face, I'm assuming you want me to eat your vagina.
right.
I can't help that.
But
Sexual harassment does not make you a bad person.
But everybody has a sexual harassment story. Everybody does. You know, I was at a party once where a girl grabbed my junk and who I wasn't attracted to. Did I fucking make a federal case out of it? No, I did not. Does it make me shiver at night and cry? No. But if she had raped me, then that might be, and I might have a valid case. But I'm just saying, like, putting Me Too as a hashtag and then going, a guy at a car lot once brushed against my ass and smiled. You're right, that's horrible. But shit like that happens all the time. You're not bringing any light to anything. Like I said, if you want to do something, go out and get involved. Go and get into politics and get it. And there needs to be more. If you want women to really be changing things, then you need to fucking go out and run for office. If you're a woman and you've hashtagged Me Too 1,000 times and said things like, yeah, you go, sister, then go out and fucking run for Congress and change some shit so that it's better for you.
I got a question. Are women allowed to run for Congress? Is that a thing?
Yes, that's the thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I'm not going to feel bad because I watched a Harvey Weinstein movie once. I'm just not going
They're pretty good, actually.
Yeah, most of them are good. And if you get that kind of performance out of, watching him in the shower, maybe you ought to fucking take a class. Call it the Harvey Weinstein dick washing class. I don't know.
I'm going to say this. I joke, and I do, and I don't want to sound misogynistic when we say this, because this is a comedy show.
I'm not misogynist. That's what I'm saying.
We're not.
I love women. I respect them. I just don't think that I'm supposed to have to fucking bow down to every fucking social movement. I'm aware of sexual assault. I won't sexual assault anybody. Okay? I won't do it.
Unless we roofie them first.
Yeah, I won't. From here on out, I won't even look sideways at a girl unless they look at me first. Okay?
I will.
But none of that matters if you don't go do something about it. That's all I'm saying.
All these jokes I'm kind of saying in the background here, I totally agree with you. It's a horrible situation, and I'm trying to make light of a situation because it is a comedy show. I don't want people to think or affiliate with me as this misogynistic person. But, it's a horrible thing.
Me too.
And you should, but the hashtag doesn't. The hashtag, like, I got brushed up again. You know, like, things happen. You know, you're absolutely 100% not making a difference. It's like the ALS challenge.
Right.
Years ago, people were like, "Oh, I'm going to dump a bucket of cold water on my head for the ALS people." Well, those people were still locked in their bodies.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't find the cure by dumping water on our head.
We made a lot of money for their society, and that's great. That's a step. Yeah. But still, nobody went out and carted an ALS person around for a day to help out.
Cold water, man.
Yeah.
I get, and people are going to say we're cynical, or people are going to hate our comments, but
people are going to be mad at me in general. So I say what I want.
Yeah. I'm more the slapstick, say whatever guy. Yeah. But I totally agree with you on that.
All right. Cool.
Women are not to be objectified in sexual harassment or sexual assault in any case.
Right. Exactly.
Is horrible,
abhorrent. Anything like that is abhorrent and should not be tolerated. But you're not doing anything by just talking about it on social media. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
And people are going to say, well, I'm getting that out there. I get what you're saying, but it's not a help.
Yeah.
You have a story. I have a story. Everybody
Right.
has a story. Is what it is.
Yeah. So that's what I said. Start a support group.
Yeah.
Facebook, you can get together. It'll pinpoint where you're at.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Saying it on Facebook and make me read all these horrible things that happen to people didn't change anything except for my perception of some of the people that you associate with.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, not to bring us down even further.
Right.
I'd like to.
Don't bring me down.
Me and Randy have been friends for quite a few years. I would say, quite a few years. And he doesn't know me when I was back in the go-go 80s.
I don't.
He didn't know me back then when my hair was feathered back. I wore powered suits with power ties. But I was a janitor in Manhattan. I came from the country. If you guys don't know this about me, I came from the country and I got a job in Manhattan working for my uncle's firm. And he started me out as a janitor. But one day I was cleaning an office and the guy was out of town. I think his name was Johnson. And I answered his phone and I made a powerful move, which got me all the way to the top. All the way to the top, making multi-millions. And that's why I can afford to do these podcasts, Randy.
Wow.
I got multi-millions of dollars from the go-go 80s. It was the secret of my success, I think, is what happened to me there.
If you were going to write a book about it,
So-
is that what you would call it? The secret?
But I think I banged my stepmom or my stepaunt. I can't remember.
Vaguely, I know that there was a step in there.
And then, at the very end of it, I got that Day Bow Bow song. You know what I'm talking about? Day Bow Bow.
Don't.
Yeah. Chicka chicka. Day Bow Bow. Ooh, yeah. That's how you know you're a success in the 80s. When that song played. And that's why we can afford all these lavish clothes and all the lavish stuff we do here.
What's funny is that
A lot of blood.
you probably didn't know in the 80s that was a successful song, seeing as how it just came out. And it wouldn't have been
But that's how you
associated with
knew.
success.
I got my Walkman out. My Sony Walkman out.
Yes.
I had the one that closed that could lock down so it could get water in it.
I actually did not have that one.
And I would put it on with my 80s sunglasses and my hair slicked back and my power tie. And you would just hear, Day Bow Bow. Oh, yeah. And that's how you knew that it was a successful day. I had bought and traded so much stuff on the market. Just lots of stocks and money bonds. Many of coke-fueled nights where
I had many mahogany books.
I remember one night, and this is just for instance, it was the go-go 80s. I had two hookers beside me, and then a guy came in and shot both my legs out from underneath me and then put a grenade in there. I could be confusing that with RoboCop.
I'm like, wow, this backstory is amazing.
I had some rich lexicon.
Yeah.
But I do feel like every 80s movie intertwines with each other.
Yeah.
It's like a whole universe. Like if you watched Secret of My Success, Bright Lights, Big City, and threw RoboCop in the middle of it, you'd be like, yeah, this all makes sense.
This all fits.
It all fits.
This is the new age right here. Have you seen, speaking of 80s movies, have you seen Blade Runner 2049?
I have not.
Man, it is fantastic. I'm telling you, as you can see, I've adorned my walls with the new posters.
It looks nice.
Thank you. It is to Blade Runner what Empire Strikes Back was to Star Wars. It takes that idea and it expounds on it and it makes the universe bigger. It's fucking amazing.
I got two problems, and I'm going to tell you straight up, okay?
Okay.
I want to watch it because I love the original Blade Runner, right?
Yes.
First problem I have with it. Ryan Gosling was a Mouseketeer. And there's no way they're handing the torch off to a Mouseketeer.
I don't want to tell you too much about it.
Second of it, Harrison Ford is so old. He looks like my grandfather's grandfather's grandfather. He looks like he literally fought for the North and the Civil War. He modified for the South, though. He seems like a guy.
He seems I don't know. He's got an earring. He's got an earring.
It's 50-50 with that guy.
But let me quench your fears on both things. Ryan Gosling is not playing a new Harrison Ford.
No, I know. I know Harrison Ford's in.
No, I'm just saying though. I'm letting you know that his character arc is a completely different idea than what Deckard was. Okay, so I want you to know that right off the bat, so you don't have any misconceptions that they're thinking about doing 7 sequels with this, because that's not going to happen. And then the second thing, you're right. Harrison Ford is so fucking old. This movie's 3 hours long, mind you. Okay, he doesn't show up until an hour and 45 minutes into the movie. Because and the shit that they have him do, you're like, this is why he did this stuff, and was like, that's all I got. Best of luck to you guys.
Did he turn back into Dr. Richard Kimball?
I'm telling you, there's a part where
I didn't kill my wife.
There's a lot of water in a fight. I'm just saying.
Was it a one-armed guy?
There's some shit. But I'm telling you, you know my taste in movies. If it was shit, I would tell you it was shit. But I saw this movie. I was mesmerized from the first frame. It didn't even seem like 3 hours to me. The story is so well written that it got me on a plot twist, which I can usually call because I'm smart.
No, it's because we watch so much goddamn movies.
Yeah,
we know when the plot strips.
This one caught me. I was like, when they do this reveal, I was like, fuck, I did not guess that.
He's the robot.
I'm not telling you anything about it.
Oh, I got it. I knew it. Bam.
I'm not telling you anything, all right?
I heard that guy Batista was amazing in it.
He was great. He's in a very minor role, but he was great, yeah. Let me tell you, though, like, I'm mad at you, though, because I know that you're a fan of sci-fi, and you did not give that movie money.
Is it still playing, right? I can still
Yeah, you can still go, but you're a little late to the party because your $8 now really is going to make or break this. It's already been broken. It did not do well at the box office, much like the first one. The first one became a cult classic, and none of the fucking nerds turned up, man. We went. Me and my roommate went on a fucking Wednesday right after the opening weekend, and there were like 4 people in the theater. This movie has been 30 years in the making. Yeah, it did not make its money back. Now it might worldwide DVD sales, Blu-ray, but it was not digital downloads. It was not as well received by movie critics. Loved it. It was sitting at like a 95% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's great, but it's too smart. This is what I'm going to say now. And they're already mad at me anyways for my earlier comments, so fuck them. But this movie was too smart for the average audience. That's the problem. And so is the first one, if you think about it.
Yeah.
It's dealing with some very big, heavy issues.
But I've read the book that it's based on.
Right, me too. Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? Yeah.
It's a fucking great book.
Right.
I mean, the movie and the book are
two different places. I would say
the idea was there.
They take a similar theme from the book and make Deckard and make the movie the way it is. But the book is completely different, and I recommend it if you haven't read it. It's Philip K. Dick. It's one of my favorite authors.
Philip K. Dick has some really good books.
He really does.
Some really good short stories.
But I'm just saying, like, people didn't come out for it because, you know why? I think they're sci-fi'd out a little bit, man. Or, like, just overall, like, you got tons of Star Wars movies now. You've got fucking Transformers coming out every 6 months. You got fucking every superhero you can think of has their own film now.
I want to say something.
Yeah.
Dear Michael Bay, get cancer. Love JT Farva.
Yeah.
That's all.
That Transformers movie, the last one, Age of Paychecks, starring Anthony Hopkins.
I'm Mark Wahlberg, and I'm just here to get a paycheck.
I'm an inventor. When you have to say you're an inventor 25 times in a movie, you're not an inventor. You're not even a good actor.
Stop making Transformers movies.
Yeah, I couldn't make it through it.
Next up, He-Man, without Dolph Lundgren.
Who in their right mind, I want you to, because you're a movie fan too, who in their right mind is sitting in a room and goes, listen, this next Transformers movie, I'm thinking, what do you think? King Arthur, Knights of the Round Table? Huh? Well, how does that factor in? Well, there were robots. There are robot dragons. What the fuck are you talking about? No, absolutely not.
Shame on you. Somebody should have said that.
Somebody should have been like, what are you,
It still made a ton of money.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's because kids love to see the Transformers.
Kids like giant robots punching each other. I get that. But at some point, don't you have to, as an adult, go, I'm not fucking paying for that shit. You know?
I gotcha.
I mean, make your kid understand consumerism. You know? If you buy shit, they will sell you shit. If you hold your money back and give it to good stuff, they will make good stuff.
That's right. That's what's happening to DC right now.
Yeah.
Like, Batman versus Superman, that horrible Mexican abortion they put together. I've actually watched donkey shows in Mexico that were better put together than that movie. Yeah. And that consists of a woman throwing a rug over her back to let a donkey mount her and fuck her.
I can imagine in the editing room, and they're like, Zach, should we cut the movie here? No. Should we cut the movie here? No. It's 4 hours now. All right. How about 30 minutes of exposition that was actually important to the plot that we can add in later? Why would we do that? Why would we cut out one of these nonsense scenes?
You know what's awesome? You know who everybody likes? The Joker. Here's what we're gonna do with Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
We're gonna slowly turn him into the Joker.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the whole Justice League movie, Lex Luthor and the Joker are the same person. It's amazing.
Isn't that crazy?
Let's
get the kid from the Social Network and tell him to act like he's got a touch of autism.
Right. But the Justice League previews haven't looked horrible.
I am still on the fence. Here's my problem with it is when you got 2 cooks in the kitchen, sometimes the rice don't turn out right. So, Zack Snyder had a vision. Obviously, they didn't like that vision, and they brought in Joss Whedon, who I like. But I also know he has very strange visions for things. So to me, it feels like it's going to be serious, funny. It's going to be weird.
Let me ask you, how does Joss Whedon get, he's still doing Marvel. Mm-hmm. He's still directing Marvel stuff. Yeah. How do they get him on that project?
They probably ring him up and they go, because he wanted to do a Supergirl movie, like in the worst fucking way possible. He had been lobbying them for years. And they probably called him up and said, listen, player, if you come in to fix this abortion we got going on here, we're going to let you do Supergirl the way that you, or Batgirl, that's what it was, Batgirl. We're going to let you do Batgirl. We ain't going to say shit. You make a sweet-ass Batgirl movie, that's all. Cast it how you want. You want to have fucking weird shit going on and goofy sideburns, go for it.
I like Joss Whedon stuff. But, okay, I'm going to ask you this. So, Star Wars,
Yes.
previews have been coming out.
If that's what you can call them. So far, I still don't know what the fuck is going on in this movie.
Okay. So, does it make it kind of seem like she's turning bad in the preview? That Rey is turning bad? Like, at the end, she's like,
Here's
she's
the way
walking towards Kylo Ren?
Here's the way I read it. Well, that's the way they edited it, right? They cut it. Because if you look, I've watched it like 50 times, this preview.
I've watched it like a few.
So you probably know. So if you look at Kylo Ren's scene right before it flashes to her, there are like embers falling down by his face, and hers straight palette background, nothing going. So here's what I'm thinking. I think that, and we could be completely wrong here, but this is what I think, that Luke is going bad in this one, and he's going to kill Snoke, straight up McMurder the motherfucker, and then he's going to be off rogue, the most powerful Jedi, the last Jedi, all right, in the fucking universe, but he's went nuts now, apeshit, and they're going to have to team up to stop Luke. That's my theory. Her and Rey and Kylo.
I'm going to stop you there. Because if you say one more bad thing about Luke Skywalker...
No, I wish that wasn't the case. I was hoping that this whole trilogy would be about how badass he's become and how feared he is in the Empire. But no, they made him a weirdo hermit and who may or may not have killed a whole bunch of people. We don't even know yet what happened at his temple. They said that Kylo killed all the apprentices, but who the fuck knows?
Well, they showed that scene where they were...
They were standing around bodies, but they didn't show them stabbing a bunch of people or nothing. They're just standing there, you know. So Luke could have went ape shit.
I have a hard time with that. The only theory I have a hard time with that happening that way, for the simple fact he's training Rey at the beginning of it. If he wasn't training Rey, then I would be like,
maybe he's got a moment where he's like, maybe I can get a little redemption. But once he gets pulled back into it, this is my thought. He gets off that island that he's been on for a long time now, right? He gets pulled back into all the chaos again. It's like PTSD. He's going to fucking get shell-shocked and murder this dude. I'm pretty sure Snoke is not the main bad guy. There's no way. He's just too arbitrary of a character. Just dropped him in out of nowhere. So he's going to McMurder this Snoke guy, I feel. No. And then he's going to be the most feared. They
got the Emperor Snoke in the third movie.
Did they have Snoke? Okay. Well, maybe he doesn't murder. Maybe he fucking seriously injures him or something. I don't know. But I think that the ultimate bad guy is going to end up being Luke.
A lot of the fan theory is that Snoke is actually Darth Vader, and the Darth Vader that died in the thing was a clone.
Really?
That's what they're saying. They're saying that, he had the cuts down his face like that and stuff. Like when he got damaged, there was a clone, and they used a clone and kept it. Darth Vader, like they never pulled Darth Vader. That's the last thing he remembers, and that's where he starts. And he's just the clone. So they took the clone from the last point he remembers, and from there, and the Emperor just made him that way. He's already has the Force because the clone is essentially the same person, and Darth Vader's just been waiting in the wings.
Man, if they did go that route, that would be amazing. I would totally be into that.
A lot of fan theories of that.
Because you're right. It's such such fucking arbitrary bad guy. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Look up some of the stuff they have to prove it, like the wounds when he's on, the first.
My favorite one was that it was Mace Windu.
Yoda. Yoda was in his first life cycle. When he comes back to life, he's like a caterpillar.
Just think about it, Mace Windu.
Jar Jar Binks.
I was like, did he lose skin pigment? I mean, come on.
No, that was the whole thing. They said that they showed like the cut scenes from the last movie, the last one with Christian Haydenson, the abortion.
Hayden Christensen, yeah. So episode 3.
Yeah, and they showed like his wounds when he was laying there, and they pulled him off the thing. It's the big deep cut through the face.
Well, if that's the case, that would be amazing. I never even thought of that.
That Snoke is really
It crossed my mind. The only other thing I thought was that Snoke was actually Darth Revan, which was supposedly the apprentice that killed. Remember when in Episode 3 they talk about the Emperor. He's not quite the Emperor yet at that point, but he's telling Anakin the story of the Dark Lord, right, that killed his apprentice, or his apprentice killed him or whatever, to gain the power of. They said that maybe he might be that guy, that he survived his wounds and has been waiting this whole time to come back. But
that's all. But some people say it's Darth Plagueis.
It's crazy. Yeah, Darth Plagueis. That's what it was, not Darth Vader. So, but this is a crazy thing, Jeff. We're what, less than 60 days now out from this movie, or right around 60 days.
That's the last trailer they're releasing.
That's the last trailer they're releasing.
That's good. You know why?
And I still don't know anything about this film.
That's good.
Yeah.
You know everybody's going to rush there to find out that Han Solo didn't really die. He was a clone. There's a lot of clones.
Han Solo's dead as shit. He won't be back.
They cut him in half.
Harrison Ford goes, I am out. Carrie Fisher's gone. This is her last one, because of her real life death. And I mean, I'm not making light of it. I'm just saying, like, so this legacy is ending. If Luke goes bad in this will be the craziest trilogy that they've done.
Yeah, but see, like, they have plans for other movies in this.
They have this is what I read, Jeff. They have plans for other trilogies and other stories in that universe. This is the end of the Skywalker trilogy.
Yeah, but they're still Jedis.
Right.
There's still Jedis.
Possibly. We don't know. See, that's what I'm saying. The Last Jedi is a very ominous title. Is Luke the last Jedi at the moment? Will he be the last one ever? Is Rey going to be the last Jedi? Is Kylo going to be? We don't know. There's a lot of factors here. A lot of what have yous.
have and have nots.
Yeah.
Okay, we're pushing forward now since we've nerded out and talked about there.
Yeah.
The Punisher coming out on Netflix.
I cannot wait, Jeff.
Did you chub up a little bit when you watched that?
That second trailer, I had a lump in my throat the whole time. I'm like, this is what I've always wanted to see.
Like, oh yeah, this is just going to be a straight shoot 'em up, bloodbath movie.
Man, I mean, the guy had me in Daredevil too as the Punisher. He's the fucking Punisher as far as I'm concerned. That scene where he fights all those inmates in Daredevil 2.
Stabbing him in the thighs and stuff. Yeah.
I'm like, this motherfucker is it. He's the guy. He shouldn't do anything else from here on out. That's it. Just go to conventions. I am the Punisher. That's it. I'm Frank Castle.
Yeah, it was
but it looks fucking amazing. And have you geeked out on Stranger Things?
Oh, yeah.
So are you psyched about Friday?
Yeah.
We're 2 days out. I can't wait. I got a show Saturday, which is a little disappointing to me now because I was planning on watching half on Friday night and then the other half on Saturday.
It's going to be... The first Stranger Things was so good.
Yeah.
Like, it was funny. I was in the store the other day, and I was trying to come up with a Halloween costume idea because I've worn out my old one. So this year I'm making a different one.
Okay.
Where instead of my penis hanging out of the bottom of my ribs, I made these balls out of a balloon and 2 golf balls with cornstarch in there, and then hangs out. I glued hairs all around it.
For real?
Yeah, I cut my wig and glued hairs all around it, so it just hangs out of the bottom of my rib. It was the penis line. I had that big penis, but now the balls are going to hang out. So, I was in the store and I was like, do you have any other ideas? She's like, that might be a little too adult to be outside. I'm like, nah.
No.
No. I'm only almost 40. I'm only 38. So, and she's like, well, you could dress up like somebody from Stranger Things. I'm like, and it's just a rando person out in the world that was working at a costume place.
Yeah.
So that's how big that show is.
That's crazy. Like, how about Stranger Things? Well, why would that? What? Like, there's a million. You're right. A million other things. Yeah. Like, I went as Marty McFly because I couldn't get the costume exactly right, but I was very close. Gotta go back in time.
I dressed up as Huey Lewis without the news.
Right.
Just sad and depressed.
I'm just Huey Lewis. There is no news.
Or Michael J. Fox, just shaking.
Oh.
Got a touch of the MS.
Oh, that's... Wait, doesn't he have Parkinson's?
Yeah.
That's different, I think. You're married to a medical professional, or you're dating a medical professional, and you don't know the difference between MS and Parkinson's. Get it together.
I'm dating a doctor,
all right,
and he loves me.
Well, he does treat you nice.
He does treat me nice. I like this little review thing we do now at the end of these.
I do too. It's fun. Let's see,
but,
we got about. Oh boy, we're pushing it. So we got about 3 minutes left. So
all the previews that have come out look super. Thor Ragnarok looks amazing.
I got my ticket for Friday through this ticket thing that my buddy John Paul is doing.
You should have called me and let me know.
Well, I didn't. He called me. He already said, he goes, "Hey, I bought your ticket for Friday. You better be here at 4:30." So yeah, when you do that, when some people do that, you just go, okay. But I should have called. You're right. I should have still let you know.
Yeah.
I'm very sorry.
I'm not going to see my fucking self.
No, do you want to go?
I do.
All right. Well, I can find out what time the show is and see if there's
3 seconds away from killing myself.
You'll have to fucking sit wherever they seat you now. You know? I mean, I'd be like, "Hey, Jeff."
I like to wear a long trench coat.
Yeah.
It's like real creepy, darty eyes.
But, yeah, so Thor, definitely on my list. I'm checking that out.
And the little stills they've sent from the Infinity Wars look fantastic, too.
I can't wait for that. It's going to be sick. Black Panther, too, by the way.
Oh, it looks amazing.
Yeah.
The last preview they just put out looks
yeah.
absolutely fantastic. I can't wait to see that movie. Marvel's just doing way good.
They're on another level. And see if you're with me on this. This will be the last thing that we talk about real quick. Don't you think, though, after the Infinity War, whatever it is, whichever movie they decide that ends on, right? Which, if it's a part 1 or part 2, because I think they're doing 2 back-to-back, is the way I understand it.
Yeah, I thought, yeah.
So say the second one comes out, don't you think in the aftermath of that, they ought to just stop for 2 years? And my reason behind it is, you let all that shit sink in, maybe you do some, in those couple of years, maybe a couple of themed things hey, come and see Iron Man 1, 2, and 3 exclusive only for 4 days, or whatever, and just keep the enthusiasm up. But then go back and regroup, and then come back with the new Avengers, or a new Avengers scenario.
Yeah, they want. I think that's the plan. I think the
right.
plan is
But I don't want them to keep doing it back to back to back because it's going to burn people out. So I think they ought to just stop.
I'm trying to look at something. I was reading something where they're backing off after Infinity Wars.
Okay, cool.
Because they're doing the one, but they're wrapping up the storyline for Ant-Man and Wasp.
Yeah.
They're wrapping up some storylines, between 1 and 2. The Infinity Wars 1 and 2, because you get one year and one the next year.
Right. Well, I know Ant-Man and Wasp comes out in between that.
So all the storylines are wrapped up. Black Panther, all those are going to be wrapped up by the time the second one comes out. So everything leading into the second one, because some of the characters aren't even going to be in the Infinity War till the second movie.
Yeah, because they're going to die.
Yeah.
Now, the way I understand it, we're going to get some big deaths in this first Infinity War movie.
Yeah.
So.
Well, in the comic book, and not to nerd out on you again, in the comic book, Thanos snaps his fingers after he gets the thing and kills half the Lady Death, which is being introduced in Thor Ragnarok.
Okay, cool.
Mistress Death that's the bad guy
in Thor Ragnarok.
In Thor Ragnarok, which is what's her fate? That really.
Kate something.
Yeah, Kate Blanchett.
Yeah.
She's Mistress Death, and Thanos is in love with her. And her command to Thanos is to kill half the life in the universe. He snaps his finger with the Infinity Gauntlet, and half the thing. So half the superheroes in the Marvel universe die regardless.
Oh wow, that's so cool. That's gonna be amazing. I don't think I've ever been as excited about a build-up, because if you think about it, we've been through 12 movies at this point. We've been with these characters for really over a decade.
I want to look that up. Yeah, there's
Well, you can Google that, listeners.
Yeah, Google it.
Yeah, if you want to know more. But again, okay, so I'll apologize at the end of this for any insensitive comments that you think that I made, okay? But that's just, I do this podcast, it's my podcast with Farva, it's his podcast too, and I feel that we have the right to voice our concerns about things, so I will, sometimes I'll reach out and go, hey, I don't understand this. And if somebody gives me a good reason as to why I was wrong, I will accept it. I'll accept that and correct myself. But for the moment, I think the hashtag #MeToo is silly, and you shouldn't be doing it on social media. You should actually be trying to affect change in real life. So that's it for me. I'm Ray McGuff.
I don't have anything that important to say. I just want to say we are definitely trying to get a video out for Christmas.
Yes,
that's
will.
our plan.
Yeah.
And we appreciate all your patronage. If you listen to us, thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
Even though we say nonsensical things and we nerd out on you right at the very end.
Thanks for being so patronizing.
Patronizing? You son of bitches.
All right. You guys check out all the other cool stuff on Zombie Takeover TV's Facebook page at zombietakeovertv.facebook.//ZTOTV. That's all nonsense. I don't know. Just put it in your search bar.
Go ahead and try to visit JT Farva on Facebook. See what that gets you.
Yeah, see what happens.
Big old fat goose egg.
You can always check out my page, Ray McGuff. I don't update it because I'm lazy. This has been Ray McGuff.
And this has been JT Farva.
Stay tuned. No, you stupid motherfuckers. This is a ZTO TV podcast.